Hello everybody and welcome back to Megastore Simulator. Today we will be redesigning my music section. We started this in the previous video. I've actually been continuing on with it this morning as well, so I've got a little bit done already, but we've still got plenty more to do today, so hopefully we'll get this finished today. I'm going to stay closed for the first few minutes of the video just while I get the guitars on the wall, because we've got some new wall shelving, just so that the customers don't come and strip them all as I'm trying to place them, and then we'll open up and finish off the rest whilst we're open. So, I have been fiddling around for quite a while trying to come up with a decent design for all of this and deciding what I want. And I think I've pretty much landed on it now. So, originally, I just bought enough of these to fit on all of the old guitars. So I needed, if you doubled up all of the old guitars on the old shelving, that was 78 spots. If you had 8 of these, that would be 80 spots because each one of these has 10 spots. But then I thought, actually, I still constantly, even now, sell out of guitars. Even though we've got a whole Megastore here, upstairs, downstairs, lots and lots and lots of products. Even though we've got all of that stuff on our shelves, it's still the guitars that sell out. So I thought, well, let's have more quantity in store and let's go for it. Let's just go all out for it and have more quantity in store. So each shelf is now going to have its own guitar on it. So that's going to be 10 out here all times, hopefully. So hopefully we'll stay on top of our stocking issues now with guitars forever. So I've had to try and design this. What I'm going to do is I've got a couple more here. I'm going to try and put them around the place. Unfortunately, we have got 13, so we're going to have a random one on its own. But we'll figure that. I might put the extra one over there, or I might put it just here to block off on the way in. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll move these ones, I think, over here and see how it looks. The hardest part, while I've been doing this, is moving everything out of the way enough so that I can place a shelf. So as soon as we start getting some guitars on, the problem will sort itself. But at the moment, it's a bit tight around here. If there were only 12 items in the game, this would now be fine. It would be perfect. Now we don't have to have exclusively one per shelf. One could share and we could just have the 12 just to make it uniform. But I think I prefer the stock, really. So it can either go over there or it could come here. The problem with here, overhangs. And if you were to paint that floor, it'd look weird because the whole square would be painted, not just a little bit. So if I could just paint out a little bit, like to here, that would be fine, but you can't. You have to paint like a whole square. Even though it's much smaller than it used to be, it's still not very user-friendly. I don't know why it's not the small square. Like if I try and paint this, look at how big that is. Why can't that be split into 4 smaller squares? And even smaller than that if you really need it, just to give a bit of more customization to your flooring. I don't have to go over there with it. Or my other thought was sort of have it as like a wall on the way in. That kind of blocks off everything, doesn't it? So you don't think you want that. I mean, I was going to have it there, but I don't think you need that, actually. Because you could have it something like that there. So you'd still see everything as you're walking in here. Not too bad. There's a way out just here and a way in. I think that wall's the best, isn't it? We'll just go that wall. I won't be able to do this wall. Annoyingly, we have a fire extinguisher right where I would want to put my shelving, and I will not be able to place it there, I don't believe. Yeah, I can't place stuff in front of that. That's a problem, so it's going to have to go over there. I think we'll just leave it there. The next decision I have to make is the color. So I've tried the blue. So this is the blue I've been using in the music section. I don't really like it on there, to be honest. I don't think it suits it. I'm not that fond of it on these either, but we needed a different color to the rest of my store. I've been going with a different color everywhere. So I wanted a different color. That's why we ended up with the blue here. But I'm not sure I quite like it on there. Obviously, it's not an official thing. It's a modded thing, so it doesn't go on perfectly. For example, it changes the wood up there, changes the sign. And I think that's part of it. Changes the side thing here. So this is like a slightly polished metal, I think, or something like that. Whereas it's not on there anymore. And I think that's possibly causes it. So I might go back to white. The problem if I go back to white, unless I buy 2 new shelves, it will paint these as well. But I think white might look better than what it looks like currently. But we'll fiddle around with that anyway later. Okay, that is all of the guitars on, or all of the stock I have out here anyway. Obviously, we've got some more in the storeroom, so those shelves will now get filled up with our guitars. So that's not too bad, actually. I don't mind that. That's all right. I did contemplate doing completely mixed shelving. I was fiddling around with that before I started the video, actually, and having it just a bit everywhere. So I was going to do it a bit like where over here I had with my tablets, where we had just all sorts of different colors on the wall. I was going to do the same thing and just have it everywhere, but I thought, well, there's a bit of variety with the guitars anyway in terms of how they look, and I think it's just easier to do it this way. And it's come out quite well. So we've got acoustic over here, and then we've got a cello, so bridging the strings, and then we go into electric guitars and some bass guitars mixed in there as well. Not bad. Not too bad. So that is done. So the only question here then is the color. I have to say I'm really not keen on that blue, so I think I am going to change that. But unfortunately, if I change this back to white, I think this is going to take on a totally different look. It's going to, unfortunately, paint the entire thing. So whilst it gives me the white back, it has now taken away the metal look there. Do we prefer that anyway? Do we just have that? Slightly off-white, isn't it? Is there a bit of purple in there, or a bit of pink, or some reflection? That's not quite the white that I had in mind here. Let's see if I can click right dead center this time. Not sure that's made any difference. Maybe slightly. Maybe slightly. It's a very, very small color change. It's got less pink in it, though, I think. Even though there is still some. Right, problem with that's going to change the back of that a bit. Actually, that's not too bad. That's actually better from this side. That's slightly better. Okay, so that's all of that done then. So we now just need to do the center part. One thing I need to do first, because now I have lots and lots of shelving over here. Just box these up and throw them away. We don't need any more of these. I think we can open up for the rest. Bit of a risk, because some of these speakers sell out pretty quickly as well, but not as quickly as the guitars, I don't think. The guitar over there. Grab that. Alright, let's go and get my little truck thing here. Alright, let's go and get these thrown away. Are we clear? I think so. Let's just have a look over here. No, we've still got a couple more. How many of these did we have? Unbelievable, isn't it? It's going to look so much better now without these. It already feels like there's more space over there. Even though we've actually got more stock now, there's actually more space. It's quite incredible. All right, we'll throw those away in a moment. Let's just, I think there's another one just here. Unmark it. Right, so we have got now some other things to do. So a lot of these things are going to have to stay on this type of shelving anyway, because there aren't there's not a lot of the other shelving, but I don't know how much you can fit on this particular shelving. So we're going to have a look at that now, just before we open. So you've got these now. I don't know how many of these will fit on here. Or if it's not the same number, I might as well stay with what we've got, rather than have loads of extra shelving. So let's just see how many of these would fit on here. At the moment, you only get 8. You still only get 8, but you would then get 8 down here. Okay, so it's the same. I think some of these things can still live in the cage. I don't like these cages, but I think some of it still can. Some of it can come out. But I don't think that suits everything. I think it would suit the drums, for example. I think it will suit... probably suit these as well. Maybe the bags would also look pretty good on there. They look decent on there. Don't know if you can get any more of them on there. Probably not. No, you still don't get the 4. So it's exactly the same thing. But I think they look a little bit better on shelving like that than they do sandwiched into a cage like that. So we'll use this for some of the stuff, but I don't think we'll use it for all. So I don't think I'll use it for the violins. Oh, we've got more guitars here. Where do they go? Over there. Sneaky. I'll make sure we put those on before I forget. There we go. Oh yeah, so I'll probably leave the violins and stuff inside, or maybe one of them could come out on like a display. I'll probably keep the rest inside the cage. And then the drums maybe could come out. Put that there. So we've also got a round shelf. I mean, maybe the violins would look okay on here. Actually, let's have a look. And once I've made a decision, we can then open. Ooh, actually, they don't look too bad. So you've got space for another one there as well. So you would end up mixing your shelving slightly. But we could do that. I mean, we don't really sell out of these very often. These aren't like guitars. They don't sell out quite as often. Or would this be better suited for drums? Find out. I think probably better suited to drums than it is the like the violins and stuff. Okay, well, I'll go and purchase a few more of these then. And I think we'll open, because we might as well be open and have people shopping around and get through a day to earn a bit more money as we're doing this. There are a few of these shelves we can now discard. Put them over there for now. I'll get a couple more of these, I think. How do these look in the color, though? Are these going to look... These might look a bit odd in the blue, but we'll have a look. I'm going to leave the wood. I'm not going to change that because it's going to look terrible in blue. That's not too bad. I'll leave that, though, because I think the wood will change color. It might not, but I've got a feeling it will. And then if I paint it white, it'll have a white edge to it, which might look okay, actually. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. Oh, it didn't. It didn't. Well, it did change the wood, but it changed it to a bit of a nicer, darker one. Okay, we'll have them blue as well then. So if I get another one... If I get another one of those, and then maybe another 1, 2, 3... 3 of these for now, and then we'll see how it looks. And then if we decide that we prefer all of that anyway, then we could still try the violins and stuff afterwards. We'll get 3 of those, 1 of those. So furniture, we'll get We can do these mirrored. If I get another one of those, actually, let's just get the one of those and then two of these. They could maybe fit in next to each other. I will get one of those. They can come to the store front. I can allow my restockers to work once again. They should get on with doing all of that. We can then throw some of this stuff away. Can you unload all into here? No, you can't. Why can't you do that? Throw everything away manually. I assume they're all bringing out guitars at the moment. They should be anyway. That's good. We'll open up, get some customers in here. Immediately, an army of people will arrive. That's what usually happens when I open now. As soon as you hit open, you turn around. Look at this. Like ants, they come from everywhere. We've already got 7 people here. I think we'll make something of the CDs first. Perhaps. So let's move some stuff over here. Actually, what I'm going to put over there is the drums. That's going to look nice about there somewhere. Then we'll have CDs down the center here. Like that. Twizzle it round, put it on. Like so. And then we can do the same the other side. There we go. So they can kind of go there. Maybe a bit more this way. Actually, now I'm seeing it. I thought I was more central than that. Maybe a little bit further over. Move that out of the way. Move it to about here instead. There we go. That's a little bit better. And then we've got a bit of room dotted around for different things. So these bags, for example, could go sort of one there and then the mirrored version next to it, if I can find it. I can go just there, same color, with some more bags on. So let's go and find some more bags. I thought so. Yeah, I've got these bigger bags, haven't we? We'll have these. Can't take it while the customer's browsing. That's unfortunate. But they can go down there, and once they're filled, they'll look okay. Sorry, I'm standing in you. Apologize. It'd be nice if I could put something on the front here, wouldn't it? Don't know what, but I think there needs to be some stickers and stuff you can put onto things. Like you could put a brand on here, couldn't you? So whatever brand that is, for example, you could have that on there. So that's like their exclusive shelf. That would look quite good. All right, we've got a couple more of those, haven't we? So I'm thinking do the same thing we've just done there, but over here with the other things on. So maybe move these out of the way. For now, just there, if I can get them. Because they can move further over there once we've cleared some space. Still in that space clearing mode at the moment. Where's my mirrored version? There it is. Move this out of the way. There we go. Perfect. Then we'll do that and do that. Right, this can have the other things on. So we've got some more bags just here. So these bags can go on just there. Right, customer was browsing that one, I think, so that will have to stay. But I think this one should be... Nope, the customer's browsing that as well, I believe. They are indeed. I've got to watch out for these because the customers... Oh no, the staff are already coming. This is the problem with being open. Because you've got to keep your restockers on. I can't just like tell them not to do the music because we'd sell out. It becomes a bit of a problem. Okay, that one's done. That can be packaged up and thrown on the floor. That one can be packaged up as well and thrown on the floor. Packaged up. Same deal. Could you imagine if this was real life? And you came into a store and the staff aren't just restocking the shelves. They're having a complete makeover of the store whilst you're shopping. And you go up to a shelf and they just start moving stuff around in front of you. How annoying would that be? Right, so what have we got left? We've got these violins and ukuleles and stuff. So we've got one more round shelf here. When all the stuff was here, I've got bags of room, it's fine. You know, actually, when you start placing stuff, there's not as much room as you would think. I'll probably extend it a little bit. And these could go slightly further along. Got a bit more space here. How does that look if it went in the corner there? Probably be okay just there. That bin... That's still being restocked. Yes. Annoyingly so. I am tempted by putting these things on there now. Just we won't get as many on. But I don't know where I'm going to put all the rest of the shelving if I don't do that. And it doesn't really... The old shelving doesn't really suit because we've changed all the rest of it. I mean, to be honest, I don't think we sell out of drums that fast, so we probably could get away with it with the drums. And there's a lot on there, isn't there? Got 6 there, we've got 8. We've got 6 of that variety and 6 of that variety. And we can double up with one of them for 6 there. Hard to know what's for the best here. I think maybe I could squeeze those CDs up. I think they could come up to the left a little bit. They don't need to be central. I think that's going to be the thing. So if I just move this up a little bit closer to the guitars, but not stupidly close. It's close, but not too bad. Then this could come up quite a bit as well. We will actually have it still over to the left, though. Something like that. So it's a little bit closer this way. Fine. Overhangs a bit each side, so that's not too bad. We'll just have it moved up a little bit to this side. Not bad. So then we can have the next one closer. So nothing needs to go on there anymore. Can I get rid of it? No, I can't. Staff member is coming. Annoying. This one, can I clear this? No, I can't. How annoying. Right, so that's that done as well. Let's move this up a little bit then. So it's closer to the CDs. In line with the other one in the distance. About there somewhere. There we go. That should give us a bit more room now over here now to have more of these platforms potentially. But whether it's enough, I don't know. Move that drum. Can that go over here or just here or something? Reserved. They're restocking that. I'll have to stay there for now. How many of these can we fit in over here? That's the question. So we've got, if we have one there, one slightly further in than where it was, because I don't want it too close to the guitars and things. Pretty much leaves us still no room, doesn't it? With that design. Maybe if that was here. Gonna have to go closer to the guitars. I don't think it's got much choice. Another one there, and then we could maybe squeeze another one in just there. Of those. And then perhaps just leave those. Maybe just leave those as they are. Instead of putting those, a bit like the original plan, instead of putting those on one. Yeah, you know what? Squeezing another one in there, I don't think it's going to work anyway. So we could just do that. Get it painted. Fill that with the drums. And then we'll just keep these. We'll do that. It's becoming too much of an issue to try and squeeze them in, so... we'll leave them as they are. All right, let's get rid of all of these. What time is it? It is already the end of the day. We had a good day, it looks like it. We've got $113,000 now. That's quite nice. I wish that was real life. You look at... you're getting on with something, you look up and you go, wow, I've made like $60,000 without even blinking an eye. Right, so if we do the small ones over here and then we do the large ones the other side, I think we'll go for that. It's weird. I'm pretty sure I was on the large one there, and I was. It's because you can pick multiple things up. Stop it. I only want this one. I have no idea if I've just picked up the right ones or not there. I think so. There's one. Our customer's browsing. That's why it's floating in the air. Alright, so we've got those just there. So large ones here, small ones can go just here once that has disappeared. And then we've got our bags on here, bags on there, CDs just here, guitars all the way around. Fortunately, we've got stock on shelves we don't need. And then these things can just go along here in their old-fashioned way. We've also got another one, haven't we? Yes, we have. As well as... to fit on the end just there. Some guitar strings. There we go. So I think we're pretty much finished. Not too bad, actually. I quite like it. It's just a shame about those. But if I mean, I could have extended... obviously, I could have extended the area, which we still might do. I could extend it up to this, this fire hose. We could extend it to there. And if I do then extend it, obviously, then I would have more room. And then we could move all of these things onto that kind of shelving. I might do that next time. Not sure. I'm going to have a look and see how I feel about it. Have a little walk around, see how I feel. But yeah, I could just extend. Because if we extend the floor to there, then they could all go along there anyway. I might do that. I might just extend it slightly. I was kind of happy with the space that it was taking up as it was, though. But I think it would look... would it look better? I mean, it might look better. I mean, obviously, this gap wouldn't be here. Although that gap doesn't really need to be there anyway, does it? I don't know why that gap is there, to be honest. Can they not go up, these DVDs? Creates a gap. Oh, I see. Creates a gap there. Maybe that's why I did it, to stop people coming in. But still, I don't mind that gap there too much. We'll keep that gap, I think. It's probably because you could just see straight through it before, but we'll leave that gap there. I will keep that way around. So yeah, I might move some of this stuff. We'll see. I might. Because if we head that way a little bit, we could just move everything over just a little bit, and then that will create an extra space for a couple. But we wouldn't get all of them. I wouldn't want, because if we had one per item, we'd need 1, 2, 3, 4 extras of those to have one per item. If we mix them, obviously we don't need that many. They wouldn't all be able to have huge stock though if we mixed them. But we could mix them, and these things could. I don't know where these can go. Can these? I assume can go on there as well. Sure. But I'll sort this stock out as well. So let's just hide this out the way for now, and I'll sort all of this out between the videos as well. And we'll get those sold and taken away. Right, how many customers are left? 4 people left in store, so we'll just let them pay. So we'll have a little look about what we've achieved then. I quite like it, actually. This is a big improvement on what it was before. All of that caged shelving that didn't really look very good. This looks a lot better. I'm a lot happier with this than what was here originally. This looks like an awful lot better, I think. Yeah, quite happy with that. Oh, no, we've got the speakers as well. I forgot the speakers. Oh, after all that, I forgot the speakers. I was too engrossed in putting all of this stuff in. I forgot the speakers. Oh, can you believe it? Okay, well, that settles that then. We will be extending, so we'll extend next time. So, yeah. So this is, like, semi-done. We're not completely done. We will finish this in the next video. Because, yeah, I forgot completely about the speakers. It's because they were over there. Couldn't see them behind the wall or anything. Oh, how annoying. Oh, well. So, yeah, I'll extend next time. So I can make a decision in the next video then as to whether we keep this stuff like this or not. I might just extend this to, like, here then. Because all of these things are going to want to go on that kind of shelving as well, actually. They don't look too bad on that kind of shelving, but I think they'd look nicer on either this or that. So if that's going to be the case, we'll extend all the way down here somewhere with this and put the rest of the stuff in. So we'll start the next video doing that. So we will finish this next time. So you've got the general gist of how it looks, but we shall finish it in the next video when we put all the speakers in and things like that. And probably get rid of this shelving as well then. Yeah. Well, that's a shame, but we'll finish it next time. I'm running low on time. Right, have we finished? I think we've probably got a customer upstairs waiting again. We have. I don't know what's going on with this particular checkout, so I keep closing it. And then it opens anyway. As soon as I click open down there, it opens the checkout, even though this was closed before we started. So it's being a bit weird. Thank you very much, sir. We can end the day now. Spent a lot of money on upgrades. A lot of money on upgrades. Right. We have got plenty of room. So in the next video, it's looking quite good up here, isn't it now? I like that. So in the next video, we will finish off the music section, which shouldn't take very long. That'll only take us about 5 minutes at the beginning of the day. And then we will come upstairs, because we've got a bit of room over there now. We'll come upstairs and start doing the summer update. So we'll start putting some of that stuff in. We probably won't get it all finished in one video. We'll start putting some of that stuff in up there and building that out. And then after that, we will be waiting for, but hopefully by the time that video goes live, we should get the deli and we can start putting that in down there. But before we get the deli, what I will probably do is move all of this. So I'll move my bakery and put my bakery over there where that fire extinguisher is. So we'll have the bakery over here, kind of in its forever home. So we'll bring the music out and then the bakery will be next around here somewhere. And then I can start getting rid of some of these self-checkouts, because then I can put in some of the regular checkouts just here, make it like a normal checkout area, and probably put a couple of self-checkouts around. So we'll make that into a bit of a service area as well. So that's going to be what we're doing over the next couple of videos. But this one is done. So if you have enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave it a like, consider subscribing to and joining the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you for another video very soon.